Okay, you guys got the objective in the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the title? Okay, what about, did you guys get the part on this? Okay, this is probably, of all three of the methods, this is probably the easiest one of all of them, okay? And the good thing about it is especially probably on your chapter test, what I'm gonna do is just give you a whole bunch of systems, and you guys choose which one you want to use. Okay? So you should be able to either graph them, substitute, or elimination. Right? Just be like a regular worksheet, multiple choice. That's going to be your test. Everybody understand? Okay. You just have to decide which method you want to use. Elimination, to me, in my opinion, is the easiest one. But that being said, you've got to make sure that certain things happen. And the first thing is what? Step 1 tells me to do what?
Get your coefficients aligned.
The like terms have to do what? They got to be aligned. You guys remember how in 5th grade, or it was either 4th or 5th grade, what did you guys do when you have big numbers and you were adding them together? You just lined them up. You stacked them on top of each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever took it like a number like this and multiplied it like that before calculators, right? You guys always did this. And then you multiply, right? Same thing with addition. I'm going to add those two, then I'm basically stacking them on top, right? And then you just add it straight down. Well, this is the same concept here, okay? But you have to make sure that you have terms that you can, or like terms that you can eliminate. All right? You guys with me? It's all elimination. We're trying to eliminate one of the variables so I can solve for the other variable. Okay? The second thing you got to do is you got to add or subtract the equations, eliminate one variable, then solve the equation. So you're also looking to line the like terms up, but you're also looking for what? Opposites. Okay? Opposite coefficients. That's what you're looking for. All right. Okay, did number 2 show up on the video? This one did show up? Okay. Write this down real quick in your notes. You guys all have your notes down. You have it written down? Okay. Are my variables lined up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the x's are lined up and the y's are lined up. Do I have opposites?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a negative and a positive.
I got a -3 and a +3, right? Okay, so I'm in good shape there, aren't I? So basically, I'm just going to draw a line underneath it, and then I'm going to eliminate those two right off the bat. Okay, so 4y and -6y is going to be,
Negative
and then 12 and 18 is
30.
divide by -2, y equals what?
Negative 15.
That's it.
That's fine.
Well, I
You
mean,
have to plug it
Oh,
in.
yeah, fine.
you got to find, we're still trying to find what? The order pair where they intersect, right? I just found 1/2 of it. I got to find the x, which means I got to plug it back in, right? Which one would you use?
The top one.
Tell me why the top one.
Small numbers.
Smaller numbers, okay? Another thing that you might want to look for is what's in front of the y. Is there a positive or negative in front of the y? Yeah, those are things that you may want to look for when you're deciding that, okay? So, like you said, I'd use the top one. Now, instead of writing y, what would I put?
Negative 15.
And then just simplify. 60?
Let's see.
The 72,
Divide
Right.
by negative 3.
which gives me
Negative 22.
Okay? So now, you've got to understand, do you guys think this is the easiest one? I do. Here's the deal though. You got to understand that your variables got to, both equations have to be in what form? No. Standard form. Okay, the x's have to line up, and the y's, if they don't do that, you're gonna have to get them that way. Now, you guys should know how to do that, right? We've been doing it since chapter 2. Just moving things around, right? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Look at number 2. Opposites?
Yes.
Where?
Negative 5 and positive 5.
Good, so I can eliminate
What?
y, right?
X equals to, and then plug it into the bottom one.
Okay.
Like the one.
You writing this down?
No.
Why? I don't know. You guys wonder why you have difficulties? Courtney, did I lose you?
I was just wondering, the two equations, are we adding them together or like multiplying? No, we're just crossing out the.
Yeah, you're adding them together. It's just combining like terms. That's all you're doing. Just think of it like that, okay? You're not multiplying anything initially, okay? You're just combining like terms. So I just combined, what are the like terms here? 3x and 2x, which gave me a, and then 1 and 9, they're like terms, I just combined them. That's all I did. Okay? We're not multiplying anything. Unless you get a fraction somewhere maybe, then you might not multiply at the end. Okay? Or I multiplied here because they're parentheses. But that's basically because I took the 2 and I substituted it into x, right? Okay, look at this one. Or you might see one like this on your EOY test. And I'll have probably about 5 or 6 of them on your chapter 6 test. All right? 4 times one number minus 3 times another number is what? Just write it like it reads, right? 4 times a number. Which number have we been using?
X.
Very good. Minus 3 times another number is what? What do I put in for his? Equals. There's 4 times. Well, I shouldn't make a mistake there. We use parentheses times a number, which is x, minus 3 times another number, which is y, is equal. All right, then my second one is going to be what? That was the first number, right?
Plus 3y.
Opposites?
Yeah, 3y plus 3y.
Which one?
The bottom.
Bottom one? I like bottom one.
Is it-
I like because it's all plus. All positive numbers, right?
Mm.
Okay, so 2 times what?
3.
3. Everybody say how I did that? Any questions on it? Yeah, Courtney?
So you can't do that method if you don't cross that if you don't have the opposite.
Yeah, and it's not elimination. You gotta eliminate one of the variables at the beginning.
Okay, and then what if you can't do that, you just do the other way?
Well, that's one thing to show you,
Wait,
okay?
what's more, does it matter which equation you plug it back into?
Now,
We said,
I use the second one. And because it's a positive 2, positive 3, and a positive 6. All my numbers are positive. It'll save me a step. It'll save me from dividing by a -1 or negative whatever down there at the end. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, I could use that, but I probably have to do another step because I have to divide by a -3 at the end, right? Okay. Does that make sense? Camille?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, 4 times, what would that be?
Or,
4x
Plus,
yeah, it's not on our numbers.
plus, yeah, this is a check your CYP, this will be on there
So we put it on the pencil top instead of that?
if you want to, I don't care. Or better, why don't you put it next to the example that we just got through working?
There's no one to. Because we already had a 32 on there, like,
Okay,
so I'll.
well, just, yeah, put it somewhere where you can get to it, where you know, just make sure you put a number next to it so you know which example it goes with, okay? Like I would put, EX2 CYP. Because tomorrow, we're probably gonna take a CYP, right? Or at least not tomorrow, but maybe Friday. So this problem will probably be on there. So if you've listened to class and paid attention, you should have no problem with it, right? Okay? So 4 times a number added to another number. How do I write that?
Plus Y.
Very good.
Equals negative. Bring it.
Minus the second.
And you cross out the line.
Cross out the line. Great, negative.
Do the top one.
Okay, now, watch this. This can get a little tricky. And the reason being is because you've got a -3, right? So make sure that you've got to include the negative too. Okay? Now, if you were, like words if it were happening and you had to plug in for Y and you plugged it into this Y right here, what would happen? It changed to a steady change rule, wouldn't it? Which would make it a plus. Okay, or positive, right? Okay, you gotta pay attention to that. Here, I like you guys when you use equation 1, because what? Well, they're not all positive.
Well,
The
it's positive.
main one is,
Adding.
the main one I'm looking for is what? Positive. Right? Because I've already got my X. I need to find my Y. Y is positive right there, right? Go save me a step at the end. Yeah? You had that look on your face,
No,
right?
I'm gonna.
Now, going back and looking at some of your pair checks, you guys make sure that you put your answers out in order of pairs. Now, will I do that all the time? On some of the word problems, I might not. Okay, especially if they're what, dollar amounts? You guys remember that? I think I had a couple on there, didn't I? Okay, now, here's where it gets a little tricky. But just follow your rules. Do my variables line up?
Yes.
Do I have opposites?
Yes.
Yes. Problem is, though, this positive 2 and this negative 3 are not going to eliminate the y, are they?
No.
You see what I'm saying? Because if I combine these two, that just gives me,
-1.
and that's the 8x, wouldn't it? And then that would be whatever. So I haven't eliminated anything, have I? Okay. Now, since that's the case, there's something that I can do. If you do notice, you've got some what?
X's.
Your x's with the 4s are what? They're the same, aren't they? So couldn't I just take that one and multiply it times -1? Now notice, I put parentheses around the whole equation, didn't I? Okay, I have to keep everything equal. Equality rule, right? I can change the equation, but I still have to just keep everything equal. Does that make sense? Okay, so I can get away with doing this. Now,
How did you get the -1?
I just made it up.
Okay. How you can use
The reason why, what's 1 times anything? The same thing. All it's doing is changing the what? The signs. Okay? That's all I'm doing. But I'm going to change all 3 terms. That's what allows me to do that. Yeah.
So it'd be -4x.
4x plus 2y equals 28. And then it's going to be -4x
Plus
plus 3y.
-8.
Now, this is the one I messed up on the video. My addition was messed up. Okay, what happens to the x's? Now I can cancel those out, right? And that gives me 5y equals 10. I think I put 20 on the video, didn't I? And y equals 2. Very good. You want to use the top? Now, can I use the revised one? I could. I don't want to, really. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and use the top one. Plus 2 times 2. 4x equals, you sure about that?
It's 24.
It's 24, wasn't it?
6.
And then x would end up being
6.
6. Now, I've done a lot of mental math here, haven't I? Okay, but have I still shown my work? Now, as a teacher, when you guys are getting stuck or you're having difficulties or you actually miss the problem, now I can look at that and say, well, you did that wrong. Or you did that wrong. Or you made a mistake here. Okay? Those are the kind of things that help me help you guys. 6 and 2. Okay, what about this one? Yeah.
Take the corner, you want a positive and make the x negative.
Yeah, multiply it all by -1. Right? Okay, so 9, I'm just going to bring this one over. Then put my revised one, which would be -1x.
Plus 2y.
Somebody read it off there.
I'll cross out the 2 y's.
Yeah, just read it from left to right.
Thank you, President.
Yeah, I can say that. Cross those out, which gives me,
-9x.
oh, I'm sorry, 8 positive, right? Because the 9 is positive. It's the bigger number, right? Okay. Equals, good, excuse me,
You think about you think about money and
sure, we'll use this bottom one, right? Okay, so put 2 in there. Everybody good? Okay. So everybody watch this real quick. Trying to help you out and show you that. Here's what you need to do on this one. Draw you a box. With 3 columns and two rows.
So this one on the notes, or do we write it?
All right,
Not
yeah,
write it.
On the hair tip.
right on back. Okay, now, what are your 2 different scenarios here? That's what, on these problems, that's what you always have to figure out. What are your 2 scenarios?
Miles off.
Now, they have 2 events that are happening. What are the 2 events? Read it real quick.
Walk the
Walk
time
on.
or what? Or no. Or walk the time.
Okay, good. You have a walkathon that's happening in the
Morning.
morning and then one in the
Afternoon.
afternoon. Okay, so over here, you got a walk-a-thon. Okay, you got a morning session. That's gonna be my first equation. And then you have an
Afternoon.
after lunch. Okay, who are the 2 variables? Marcus on the top, and then Anissa on the, okay? Now, I don't care which variables you want to use. I don't care. Me, I'm gonna use M for Marcus. So he did what?
11.
So 11 M. What am I doing with Marcus and Anissa?
Plus.
I'm adding them together to get their totals, aren't they?
Yeah.
You guys with me?
Yeah.
Tyler, you writing any of this down, or you just staring at your fingernails? Well, here's what you need to think about, Tyler. You need to think about what your grade is right now, and if you're happy with that. Okay, now, if you're happy with that, just let me know. And I'll leave you alone, and I'll quit bothering you. Okay? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, you come to me all this time, and you want these papers, and you want these papers, and you want these papers, and I don't know what to think. That's why, it bothers me, because I feel like I'm wasting my time sometimes. That's frustrating. If you felt like you were wasting your time, wouldn't that be frustrating to you?
Yeah.
I mean, does anybody disagree with that? Hello? Oh, okay. I'm just asking. What was it for Anissa in the morning?
13.
13? Okay, so 13 what? Okay, now both of them in the morning made, how much did they raise?
523, 58.
Okay? Afternoon?
508.
Yeah, but
14.
what's Marcus?
14.
14? So 14,
And
Anna,
13.
13, A again,
Mhm.
equals
586.
86.
Like,
Okay.
it was like
If it equals out both of them, then why is the total the same?
They're not the same.
They're not the same, because he walked 14 more miles.
Yeah, but he only walked 11 miles earlier.
So yeah, but it's still gonna be a different total,
What's the?
right? Okay. Okay. All right, so which one do I need to change here? You sure?
I'll change the top one.
I would change the top one, all five. Well, because look at this number here. It's lower than, so when I combine them, I get a positive answer now. Same thing here. When I combine these two, I'm gonna get a positive coefficient, right? Okay. So now that makes that negative, negative, negative. Now, do you guys see how I'm doing this?
Yes.
I haven't really put anything in an equation format, have I? Okay. I'm trying to work smart here. That's gonna give me what?
Negative 11n plus 13a.
No.
It's gonna give you.
Oh, yeah.
three.
Plus
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and eliminate.
Three in.
3m. These
Equals.
two are gonna eliminate, right? And then this is gonna be equals,
Equals 63.
63. Divide by 3, m equals
21.
20.
21.
So Marcus paid $21 in the morning session, right?
Well, so, okay.
Well, in both of them, yeah, both sessions. Now I gotta find Anissa, right?
Yeah.
Which one? You want,
Let's do the, I would do the top one.
can I use the original top one?
Yeah,
Sure. I can do that, which would be 11m plus 13a equals 523.50. We'll run out of room. 11 times 21 plus 13a equals 523. You guys can do the rest, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to try to give you some time then. Here's an EOI question. Have we worked one like this one already? Hello, you guys wake up?
yes,
Okay, I'm gonna put this on the test, the chapter 6 exam, so you need to pay attention. The sum of two numbers is 24. How do I write that?
x plus y equals 24.
And then 5 times the first number,
5x plus y. Minus y.
minus y, right?
Equals 12.
Okay, now, I'm telling you right now, you guys listen to me. Are you listening? This might be on your chapter 6 exam. Have I worked it out for you?
Yeah.
No. I did it on video, but I'm not going to right now. But what have I shown you how to do? Set it up, right? That's up to you to go ahead and work it. You will already have had a chance to work the problem out before you take the test. If that's not helping you guys out, I don't know what it is. Okay? All right.
Right. I don't understand how to set up the next one.
That's what we're talking about. The recycling?
Yeah.
Okay, this one's a little jacked up. Because if you look at it, the recycling and reuse industry employs approximately 1 million more workers than the waste management, right? Together, they give you that many jobs. Well, how do I find how many the other one is? Can I not just take and subtract
Mhm.
that.
That's all you gotta do.
That's it, man.
Awesome.
No. Damn, I'm running out of time. Opposites? It's on your paycheck. Opposites?
Yes.
What are they?
Why?
The Y's, right? Okay, so I can eliminate the Y's, which ends up giving me x equals 2. Which one do you want to sub it back into? Second one? Okay, which gives me
2 plus 4.
right?
No.
Two.
Okay, opposites here.
Yeah.
The x's are opposites, right? Okay, so those two are eliminated. That's gonna give me 9 combined. Yeah, don't make that mistake.
24.
24, y equals 4. Which one do you want to sub it back into? Bottom one? Okay, so x plus 3 times 4 equals 18. X equals 6. Very good. Yes, ma'am.
So do these all have to be in standard form to do this?
Great question. Do they?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would probably put them in standard form, yes. What's the main thing though?
They have to line up.
They gotta line up. So if both equations are in slope-intercept form, are they still lined up? Yeah. I mean, they're still lined up, aren't they? Okay, you have to know what you're moving and what stays and how I move it, what changes when I do move it. You know, how does it gonna change? If you get to that point, you're gonna be in really good shape. Okay? There's the little mistakes like not changing the negative when I move it to the other side of the equal sign. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Opposites?
Nope.
No? Can I change one?
Yeah.
Now watch this. Instead of putting the parentheses and put a -1 out to the side, I should know, yeah, just change which one.
Do the bottom one.
You want to change the bottom one?
Yeah.
I think it's a good choice. Plus, plus, plus. You with me? 3x and 2x is 5x. What happens to these two? Cancel out. Equals x equals 2. Okay, now you want to use the top one or the bottom one? Revised or the original? Doesn't matter. The revised part?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to use the revised then. Which means 2 times. Notice the 2 say what? I'm going to use the positive 2. Does that make sense? Okay, that's the revised that I'm talking about. Plus y equals. Okay, what about the top, the next one? What is it?
Change the bottom one.
Finish the bottom one? Okay, so negative, cross that out, make that negative, make that negative, right? You sure you want to do the bottom one?
Will there be a difference?
No, probably not. Cancel sevens out, that's gonna be 2y equals,
-6.
y equals,
-3.
okay, which one do you want to plug it back into?
Hopefully.
Top one?
Oh.
Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is box 3 on your prayer check. Notice, what do I have underneath it?
Box.
Got a table, don't I?
Yeah.
What are your two scenarios? This might be on your chapter 6 if you have to. Right over there, chapter 6. Exam. Okay, everybody with me? Okay, at a sale on winter clothing, Cody bought 2 pairs of gloves and 4 hats at $43. Corey brought, what are the 2 scenarios? What are the 2 events that are happening?
A sale on her clothing.
He bought gloves and a hat.
Right? Who else bought gloves and hats?
Corey.
Okay, so do you see what's happening here? My gloves and my hats are going to be my X and Y. Very good. Okay, so my 2 scenarios are Cody. My other scenario is going to be Tori. Both of them bought what? Gloves. Both of them bought hats. If I add the glove and the hats, it'll give me a total. Okay, so Cody bought
2 gloves.
2 pairs of gloves for
bought 2, so that would be 2G
2G. 4H.
4H.
43.
Yeah, 43. Notice I took the zeros off too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Corey bought
2 pairs of
2
gloves
gloves.
and 2 hats for 30.
Do I have opposites?
Yes.
I do.
No.
I gotta get opposites out.
Bottom.
Bottom one or the top one?
Bottom.
Remember now, you gotta change everything. Negative,
Negative.
negative,
Negative.
negative.
So you get 2H.
-2H.
Yeah.
No, you get 2H
And then
equals 13. And then that's not divisible by 2.
2H, right?
Yeah.
Positive.
2H equals 13.
And that's not visible, so.
So
Well, it's gonna turn it into a
fraction or decimal.
decimal, but what are you dealing with? Money, right?
Which is good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
$6.56.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, here, remember when I said, are you always gonna put it in an order pair format?
No.
Not necessarily, right? Only when you're trying to find if lines are intersecting. Okay? This, I'm not trying to figure out where the lines intersect, am I? I'm just trying to find out the amount of each each item. Does that make sense? Okay. That should be more than enough to get you guys going. Yes.
Can you go back to the first one, you can get the.
You wanna get it now? Which one?
The objective.
Oh, it's on your paycheck.
No, you have to write it in.
It's on your paycheck.
Oh. Okay, I thought you-
Do you have paychecks?
No,
Okay.
No. Can you go back, how do you set up their recycling one?
You just subtract those two numbers.
Yeah.
Just subtract the two numbers. Chad, do you have a paycheck?
no.
Here you go, chaperone. We did.
How many paychecks in this row?
Nobody should have a fair check. We didn't have time to do
Yeah,
it.
nobody,
George.
we're all gonna do
Sorry about that, how were you? I didn't pay attention.